Friends, colleagues, guests, hello everyone. Hello. Today we have some amazing news waiting for us. Everyone wants to know how to build capital through mining, how to build capital in general, and what tools are available today. Let's break it all down step by step. Dmitry Razumovsky is on the air. Today, Igor Bondarenko and Sergei Drozdovsky will also be joining us. And today you will hear an amazing presentation from Formula X, a company that is growing very rapidly in the field of artificial intelligence and provides our participants, partners, and clients with incredible opportunities. A quick disclaimer: there will be no investment offers today. We are not involved in investing. We focus on infrastructure development, and you will learn about the opportunity to make on this trend, on the artificial intelligence trend, huge, amazing money, entire fortunes, and what opportunities you have related to this. Artificial intelligence is an integral part of our future that will turn the world upside down over the next 5 years. It's already doing so, and those who use it have already gained many advantages and can launch new businesses. It's not a mass phenomenon yet, but within 5 years it will become very widespread. And today you will learn how not to miss this trend, not to miss this train, how to ride it at high speed and at the same time get rich, enjoy life, and become successful and prosperous. Today we will talk about earning opportunities with AI and new monetization models, how to build capital on AI mining in the next year, 2 or 3, about the prospects, reliability, and risks. So of an emerging trillion-dollar, I'm not afraid to say it, it's a trillion-dollar market. In terms of scale, the artificial intelligence market exceeds the cryptocurrency market and already exceeds the budgets of some countries. And you will also learn what choice internet business professionals are making. At the end of this meeting, insights and our news await you, which will make you stop sleeping peacefully. We will tell you a little bit about our results, our plans, and our news. That will be at the end. And before we start this presentation, the second question: are you already a client and partner of the Formula X platform? If yes, then put a 2. If no, then put a 1, so that I understand that you've come for the first time. You're hearing this information for the first time. It's unfamiliar to you, and you will encounter many terms that are unclear to you if you are receiving this information for the first time. And this webinar will be useful for both the first category and the second. So give me a number, 1 or 2. 1, if it's your first time, you know nothing, and you're just starting to figure it all out. And 2, if you're already with us, our partner or our client. Well, all right, so we have our partners here with us today as well. The second part of our meeting will be very useful for you. And for the completely new people who know nothing about us, who've come to the webinar for the first time, the first part of our presentation will be useful for you, and the second part too. So in the first part, at the beginning, we'll talk about the artificial intelligence market in general and where the trend is heading overall. There will be many unfamiliar words and terms for you. Don't worry, don't fret, take note of them. You'll be able to get all the answers to these questions later and decode these terms in our partner chat. You'll also be able to watch this recording in Russian, English, and Kazakh later on. You'll be able to expand your vocabulary and gain a better understanding of the market and the world of artificial intelligence. And this information will become clear and simple for you. We're all about making complex things simple. That's exactly what our platform, Formula X, specializes in. Igor, welcome. Thank you for being with us. Your first part, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dmitry. Yes. So let's figure out what's happening in our world today. At the moment, looking back, let's see which trends could have made you a fortune. Well, let's remember, if you had bought Bitcoin in 2010 or 2011, you would have made 1,000 times your money. The same could have been done with altcoins like Ethereum and Solana. By using cryptocurrency mining, you could have also built a very good fortune for yourself. Or if you had participated in the ICO of 2017 or 2018, but that's all in the past. Whoever managed to do it, well done. For those who didn't, many regret it, thinking, why didn't I do that? And what can be done now? Infrastructure tokens that are opening up new markets. Well, on the chart, you can see that a token like Solana has a capitalization of over $78 billion. BNB is about 116 billion, XRP is 130, Ethereum is 560 billion. And the GNK token is initially valued at 1.5 trillion. Why? Because the entire artificial intelligence market is very powerful. AI infrastructure is valued at $15 trillion. And if the GNK token captures just 0.5% of this market, its price will be over $150. And if the GNK token captures 10% of this AI market, the price will be over $3,000. The token's prospects are very significant. 17 years have passed since Bitcoin was released, but many people still don't know about it. Elon Musk stated that by 2040, there will be more humanoid robots than people. But 2040 is much closer than 2009 was. And so it's worth considering what to do next. Here is a chart where you can see the AI market shown by the solid line and the crypto industry market. In the future, not using artificial intelligence will simply be impossible. What the crypto industry market achieved in 16 years, the artificial intelligence market has already accomplished in just 4 years. If you're not in the loop, you'll simply be automated. Because the growth rate of AI exceeds everything that exists now. But the main problem with the AI market is that it's in the hands of 5 corporations: Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, Amazon, and Meta. They are based in 2 countries, so essentially 5 companies control the cost of artificial intelligence for the whole world. For now, the Liebermans have created a very interesting model. GONKA is a platform that connects owners of powerful computers around the world into one shared network to build and run artificial intelligence cheaper and faster. The era of the battle for computing power has begun because AI is like oil. That is, everyone needs computing power. So what does GONKA do? It makes using AI cheaper because traditional giants like Google and Amazon are expensive and tightly controlled. We, on the other hand, offer a free and accessible alternative. Unlike other networks where energy is wasted on maintaining the network itself, every watt of electricity in GONKA is used for actual artificial intelligence tasks. The market is growing faster than the entire crypto industry because everyone needs neural networks today. There is great scalability of the product itself. GONKA turns computing power into the new Bitcoin. It's an opportunity for some to earn from their hardware and for others to develop AI without massive costs. AI development is now accessible to everyone. Who is already talking about GONKA? Here are some photo excerpts from various podcasts. These are famous people like Oscar Hartman, Margulan Seizenbaev, Alexander Sokolovsky, Gleb Solomin, podcasts that talk about the GONKA project. Forbes magazine has clearly written more than one article stating that the decentralization of artificial intelligence is already the future that is arriving. And also an article in Bloomberg, I recommend it. Take a screenshot or a photo and be sure to look into this material. Who is behind the project? Daniel and David Lieberman, serial entrepreneurs, programmers, businessmen, and investors who have created more than one business. Their experience is valued by investors at more than $400 million. A well-known project they sold for over 60 million is the Snapchat product, and therefore they have vast experience and developments. And their projects and businesses are highly valued in the global community. What is the GNK token? It is more than a cryptocurrency. It is fuel for artificial intelligence. It is a universal unit of account within the network, GONKA. If Bitcoin is digital gold, then GNK is digital electricity that powers neural networks. Unlike thousands of empty coins, GNK's value is backed by real computing power worldwide. GNK is an asset that doesn't just sit in a wallet, but makes the fastest growing market in human history work for you. And you don't need to be a mathematician or a programmer here. It is accessible to anyone here. So what do you need to start mining the GNK token on your own? First, you need a very thorough understanding of IT, programming, and server setup. Or you need to hire an IT specialist to handle this technology, but their monthly cost will exceed $5,000. Next, you'll need to connect equipment with costs starting from $35,000. Find and secure a spot in an industrial data center. And most importantly, provide 24/7 monitoring and control of servers. What does GONKA offer? The GONKA formula will help you participate in mining with minimal time and financial costs. You can start mining with as little as $25. A very simple entry through a user-friendly platform. Professional 24/7 maintenance. Maximum number of coins thanks to optimization and constant customer support. Sergey, I'm handing it over to you.
Yes, thank you, Igor. And I would also like to add here, just today an article was published in Forbes by the Lieberman brothers. It's a very interesting article. I recommend reading it. Find it online. Well, let's move on, shall we? Let's talk about Formula X now. It's a mining pool. It's an operator that combines GPU servers, creates infrastructure, and connects it to mining GONKA. So the servers perform calculations for X, and in return, the reward is received in coins. This process seems simple, but it's actually quite complex. And Formula X allows everyone to participate in mining, regardless of experience, whether you understand the equipment or technical processes, anyone can participate. What key problems does Formula X solve? Well, first, the high entry threshold for GPU mining, right? GPUs, the video cards themselves, are quite expensive, $25,000 to $35,000 for just one GPU, and they're rented in servers of 8 or more. Renting them is also very expensive, and not everyone can afford it. That's one. Yes, the complexity of setting up and supporting node operations, it's quite difficult. You need programming and administration skills for IT technologies to connect and configure these nodes and manage them every day. And then there's the instability of private solutions. That's when someone sets something up at home and it's not guaranteed to work stably or provide a certain level of profitability in coin rewards. So mining is a promising but complex industry, but Formula X solves all these problems. What does Formula X do step by step? First, it creates a full cycle of GPU infrastructure. That means deploying maintenance and support for nodes that operate and mine GONKA. Second is professional capacity management. Technical specialists constantly monitor this, optimizing the load, reducing mining costs, and so on, increasing capacity. Third is continuous and stable operation. That means 24/7. Specialists monitor everything to ensure the node is online, working, and delivering maximum results. And if anything needs to be done, like updates, upgrades, or other procedures, they handle it. That's why Formula X has the lowest mining cost today for GONKA coins. Transparent economics. There's accounting and a personal dashboard where you can see your mining, how much came in today, how much was unfrozen, and how much you can withdraw, and an accessible entry point for those who want to mine. A scalable model with the possibility of entering mining starting from 25 USDT. How to start working with Formula X? Well, first, there are only 3 very simple steps. First, create an account, which means reaching out to the person who invited you to this event. They'll give you a link and show you how to register. Next, you'll get access to your personal dashboard. You choose the license that suits you. That's step 2, right? Which you need in order to mine. And third, you receive GNK coins. Well, after you've already started mining, that's it. Withdraw them to your wallet. You're a holder. Right now, there are about 6,500 holders, and that number is constantly growing, and that's cool. What types of licenses are there? I mentioned that yes, the second step is the license. There's even a free license. It's called free. Well, you can see here, right, from $25 to $25,000. For example, a professional license costing 1,000 USDT, what does it give you? It opens up the mining possibility, meaning your capacity that you can load into power, up to $15,000. And this license is valid for 1 year. So you can send any amount to mining in different parts, but the maximum is 15,000. If you need more, you just get a higher license, buy an upgrade, and increase your capacity. What does the free license give you, right? You pay nothing, but your mining capacity can be a maximum of 500 USDT. In addition to this, there's a concept called the GNK airdrop. That is, the company creates a special pool where a certain percentage of the mined coins is sent, and they are then distributed to license holders as an additional bonus, as an airdrop, once a month. There's also the participation unit, a special kind of bonus that Dimitri will talk about now, and they're only given for pro licenses and above. Dimitri, please tell us more about this unit.
Yes, I want to give a brief summary of what we've just heard, that, well, it's impossible not to notice artificial intelligence and its presence in our lives. The fact that the ongoing struggle between states for the right to connect to this artificial intelligence, to own it, to use it, and to apply it to solve any tasks, whether those are strategic tasks or tasks related to economic development or others, shows just how important this technology has become. Whether they're tasks involving the formation or regulation of societal issues, or banking tasks for large corporations, or even military tasks that are now being implemented using artificial intelligence. In other words, it optimizes, it provides a concrete advantage. And if a state doesn't have this advantage, then consequently that state could end up as an outsider. And the GNK protocol is built in such a way that it allows any state to start using its own artificial intelligence, and not just states, but corporations too, through the GONKA protocol. And this very fact attracts not just some private miners to the GONKA protocol and the GONKA project, but entire states and entire corporations, right? And they've noticed this advantage, which is why GONKA is growing so rapidly. As a mining pool, we understand that the entry cost into this market for a state is around, say, $1 billion. For any of them, like $1, $2, or $3 billion to build massive data centers. And it takes 1 to 2 years. The GONKA protocol solves this issue for any state in the blink of an eye, meaning you can instantly connect via API and deploy your own open or closed artificial intelligence model. And that's why truly the GONKA coin itself isn't just like, say, a second Bitcoin or a Bitcoin alternative. No, Bitcoin is digital gold. So the GONKA protocol is like fuel for artificial intelligence, which is why the GONKA token has such huge potential now. The GNK token itself is opening up for people. And well, really, I mean, getting into GONKA is actually possible. I mean, 8 GPUs at $35,000 each is, well, around $300,000. So the entry threshold for a miner is $300,000. So, well, not everyone has that kind of money. I mean, you could start mining Bitcoin on a home computer. Mining GONKA is impossible to start on a home computer. It starts from 8 GPUs. And not everyone can get this opportunity. But we've simplified these complex things so much that we've made it possible for anyone to enter absolutely without any licenses. So you can use mining for a small amount of your own as a test or experiment. But if you've looked deeper, studied the podcasts, researched the people who joined GONKA, and studied this technology, then of course you'll want to maximize your mining. To maximize mining, we've developed a product line of licenses that increases your mining limit. And further, within the Formula X platform, we've developed an incentive system called the participation unit, given to large license holders. It's given as a gift, a bonus free of charge, meaning if you purchase a license for 1,000 or more, you receive participation units in amounts like 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, and so on. And now, what exactly is it? A unit is our internal accounting unit. Their quantity is limited, 10 million. It's effectively an early participation certificate. The purpose of this internal unit is to reflect your level of participation as a user of the Formula X ecosystem. Formula X, and credit you these units for active infrastructure development and for the user's contribution to growth. Mission and purpose. We are creating a new model of digital participation where our users become part of the infrastructure, not just consumers. And the participation unit forms the basis for the distribution of bonuses, bonus programs, priority access, and to our platform's features, specifically Formula X. Future application. The number of tokens is limited, as I already mentioned, to 10 million. No one has them yet, but starting with today's webinar, you can begin to acquire them. In the future, they can be used to participate in bonus pools, special programs, access to new products, and other forms of rewards. For example, I will now give you 3 examples of where the participation unit can be applied. Well, first, so it is no secret that we aim to become the #1 pool. And naturally, on this path, we have an upcoming meeting. We are currently in the stage of forming, discussing, and organizing it, a meeting directly with the founders of the race, the Lieberman brothers, David and Daniel. And to this meeting, we will invite our clients and our partners. And the key factor in whether to invite you or not, to give you access to this meeting or not, will be whether you have participation units. And for those who have more, well, obviously many will have them, will take a slice like the top 10 or top 20, and it will only be open to those participants. So this specific opportunity will be available to you. Next, we as the Formula X platform organize our own events, off-site ones like trips to Vietnam, Thailand, or for an office opening in Hong Kong. Accordingly, it will be possible for absolutely everyone to come to these events. They will be open opportunities. Yes, and if you have participation units, then for you, well, if you have a great many of them, consequently, this event could be free of charge. Yes, even the flight could be free because you've made a huge contribution to this participation and our platform's growth. If you have just a few or a small amount, a discount might be provided for access to this event, since the event involves a ticket, hotel accommodation, and the organization of the meeting itself. But if you don't have any, then you will accordingly have to pay the full cost of the event. So that is one such advantage. First, second, and the third advantage is that our platform, our mining pool, unlike many mining pools, there are over 10 mining pools now, maybe even over 20, including small ones we don't know about. Well, by no means everyone has a legal entity, that is an organization like a company or a platform. We operate officially, transparently, and legally. We have a company and we've set ourselves the goal of growing our company to such a scale that investment funds start taking an interest in us. As of today, 2 funds are already interested in us, and they're interested in us in terms of simply becoming our clients and mining through us. In other words, we'll provide them with access and terms, and they'll be able to mine for themselves. Why would funds want to mine GNK? Funds understand that today's economy is unstable, the market is volatile, and the chances of losing money are much higher than the chances of making it. So funds are looking for safe haven assets for themselves. Naturally, they hold Bitcoin, and naturally, they hold certain stocks for themselves, right? Funds get into private coins and tokens, but there's no way for them to get into GNK. That is, except through us, the funds we know. And they want to mine GNK through us, you see? We're currently in those kinds of negotiations with them. And so, through us, they'll be able to get access to both equipment and mining. And of course, seeing how we're growing, and sooner or later we'll grow into a company with a capitalization of, say, $100 million, will become attractive to funds, so that these funds can own a piece of the largest pool for extracting and mining the GNK token. And for these funds, we'll offer 10 to 20% of our company. Consequently, we'll receive a certain benefit, profit, and gain from this. We'll form a pool, and we'll distribute this pool, either part of it or the whole thing, to participation unit holders. So this is a way to monetize your share of participation in the development of the platform and the ecosystem as a whole. So those are 3 potential applications. I'm not even mentioning the possibility that participation unit holders will be the first to get access to our various insider information, our insider products, and new features of the platform. In other words, they'll always be first and get the most favorable terms from us. That's what a participation unit is in a nutshell.
Dimitri, thank you. I see. So those who own them are like VIPs. You know, it reminds me of the statuses for frequent flyers, where there are different levels, gold, silver, platinum, and they get privileges like flying business class, first class, and so on at the company's expense. Something like that, right?
Exactly.
Thank you. All right, shall we move on? So, how do Formula AI licenses work? Well, the first part is the top-up and the pool share, right? The user fills their balance, the capacity, as I mentioned, depending on the license. And these funds are pooled together, however much each person sends to mining, into pools of 10,000 USDT or $10,000. And in the dashboard, the user selects this share. For example, if you invested 1,000, that's a 1/10 share of the pool of 10,000. If it's $100, it's 100th. And so based on your share, you'll then receive the coins. Next comes the formation and the queue, right? So once the pool is filled, the company starts looking for GPU rental opportunities. Yes, rents them, connects them, tests, configures, and so on. It depends on how available they are at the moment, and this can take from 7 to 14 days on average. Then the launch into the infrastructure happens, meaning the pool starts working for 30 days, 1 month. After that, you see the GNK mining forecast in the dashboard once the pool has started. Yes, and you can. It updates once a day. You can see approximately how much is being mined given the market situation. Yes. And the user sees specifically their share, how much they put into the pool share, and the expected number of coins they'll get. And then the accrual happens, and the GONK tokenomics are also provided for here. Locking is a freeze for 180 days, respectively. 7 days after mining starts, the first coins are already being credited. They are frozen by 1/180th and are unfrozen every day. And you can withdraw them to your wallet right from your personal account. Well, that's it in short. Yes, you can find out more details once you make a decision. Well, here is a picture of what mining data centers look like. I think it's unclear to anyone, but very interesting. So one such cabinet of 8 GPUs costs, according to some estimates from different countries, from $250,000 to $350,000. Why does GNK or the GONK coin, GNK is the ticker on exchanges, have the potential for returns in the hundreds and thousands of X's? Why is that? First is the limited supply. Yes, the emission of GNK will be only 1 billion. That's it, period. There will never be any more new coins. This is the principle of scarcity, similar to that of Bitcoin. When demand grows and supply is limited, the price increases. And since AI agents are constantly improving and using power, any AI agent needs power, so they can use GONK power and need to pay for it with GONK coins. Accordingly, they will use them, buy them back, buy them somewhere, acquire them, and spend them on their inferences, these computations. And GNK becomes the payment unit for real AI computations. A halving model is also provided for here. If you go to the gong.ai website and go to the tokenomics section, you'll see a chart like this where there are 1,480 epochs here. The first epoch is about 4 years, well, to be more precise. Every 4 years, the mining output is cut in half. This means that for Bitcoin, it happens sharply every 4 years, but here it's gradual. For example, it started with 320,000 coins per epoch per day, and now it's already less than 300,000 coins per epoch. And it will keep decreasing like this, and in 4 years it will be halved. Consequently, the supply will be shrinking. The emission is decreasing, and this will also push the price up. Just like with Bitcoin, after every halving, the price shoots up. The development pace of GONKA is already 20 times faster than the Bitcoin network at its start. Well, for example, in 3 months of infrastructure development, which took Bitcoin 7 years, GONKA made this kind of leap, let's say. So what took Bitcoin 7 years, GONKA did in 3 months. And $250 million were invested over these 3 months. That's a huge figure. I mean, it would have taken Bitcoin a long time. And what is GONKA doing now? Development is moving rapidly. Updates and news are constantly coming out. Miners are gathering. Those who hold pools are voting on various proposals, these innovations and new features. So this is a real decentralized project that is alive and growing, thanks to the developers and miners, the GNK mining economy. Well, I mean, initially, the cost of mining was around 10 to 20 cents per coin. That was back in November or December, and then the cost gradually increased, and the current cost right now, if you were to start mining this very second, it would be approximately 0.55 to $0.65, so 55 to 65 cents. And in that time, there's already been growth, 2, 3, 4 times over, and only about 3 or 4 months have passed. So what could happen next? You can just wait and see what the growth will be. Later, using other coins as examples, we'll show you what that growth looks like. And by the way, the coin hasn't even been listed yet. So how does the mining and token unlocking cycle work? Well, as I said, first comes the setup. It takes from 1 to 14 days for configuration and deployment. People join in and invest certain amounts into the pools. Once the pool is formed, it goes into mining. The mining period is 30 days. After those 30 days are up, the unlocking period begins. Actually, it starts from the very first day of mining. As soon as the first day of the 30 is mined, the token starts unfreezing in your wallet. The total unlocking period is 180 days, but it's 180th every day from the first day of mining. So what is your token income from various investments? This is just an example image so that you can understand. For example, you invested $1,000 in mining at a cost of 0.55 to 0.65, which we have now. The number of coins is from 1500 to 1800. Earlier, Dmitry mentioned, or Igor mentioned, how much one coin could be worth under certain conditions. If it takes 10% of $1 trillion market, that's 3,000 per coin. So you see, the longer a holder holds the coins, the better the chances of getting many, many multiples. And with 10,000, you can get from 15 to 18,000 coins. And with 100,000 investment, from 150,000 to 180,000 coins. We have such clients, more than one, who have invested 100,000 or more. So I congratulate them. They are real champions. What you need to do after seeing this is run and write to the person who invited you and say, give me the link now, I'm signing up. And drawing an analogy, we are now, well, as if at the beginning of Bitcoin in 2011, when Bitcoin cost next to nothing, around $1. And we still have the prospect of huge growth, and given the speed at which GNK is gaining momentum and growing, I think that within 2 to 3 years we will see just a colossal result. And now I want to invite Dmitry. Dmitry will show with examples, yes, what the historical examples were.
Yes, Sergey. Thank you for explaining how Formula X, our platform, works. Well, drawing an analogy, yes, indeed, we are here at the very birth of GNK. What lies ahead for us? Ahead of us is the fact that large investment funds are interested in us, directly interested in us, with capital under management of 50 to 100 million. That is, one has 50, the other has 100. So these funds are testing for now, just testing entering through us with 1, 2, 3, 500,000 to mine GNK for themselves. They are extremely reluctant to part with money, but they realize they are missing out on something. And as soon as these funds understand, look into it more closely. Into GNK, they will start entering with 1, 2, 3, 10 million. As soon as miners, as well as mining equipment manufacturers, today the largest among them is Bitfury, which has sold over $5 billion worth of Bitcoin mining equipment and has made a significant fortune, begin producing alternative equipment for AI tasks, alternative not NVIDIA chips, but rather their own custom-designed ASIC chips, we may see a notable shift in the industry. As soon as they release them, they could release them in just 2 or 3 months. So we'll move from the we are here phase at the start to the middle, meaning miners will start coming in with tens of millions of dollars, deploying new hardware, specifically for artificial intelligence needs. And with this new hardware, it'll be possible to mine GNK in much larger quantities. But what happens then? Today, there are about 3,500 GPUs, those kinds of servers, involved in GNK mining, but that'll go from 3,000 to 30,000. And then we, as miners, will start receiving 10 times fewer GNK coins. Yes, and the price will grow 10 times higher. It could grow that much this year in just the next 3 to 6 months. And this window we have, this small window, literally just a few months long, is when we can mine GNK most profitably, most easily, and in the largest quantities. After that, these opportunities will be gone forever. Remember what happened with Bitcoin? You used to be able to mine Bitcoin on home graphics cards, and you could mine 1, 2, 3, or even 10 Bitcoins a day. It's the same now. You can earn 1, 2, 3, or 10 GNK tokens a day. Later, it will be 10 times or 100 times or 1,000 times less. because big capital and major market players are only just starting to arrive. If you watch those podcasts with Margulan Seysembayev, Oscar Hartman, and Alexander Sokolovsky, you'll see which major players are entering the GNK protocol and the AI market in general. Major players, here are some historical examples. This isn't theory, it's practice. We've taken tokens like Ether, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, and BNB, Binance Smart Chain. Accordingly, at one point you could get them for pennies. Everything could be bought cheaper back then. For instance, Ether could be bought for 30 cents. By the time it was listed, its price was already $2. And a year after listing, the price was trading. It had done a 37x. Solana was 20 cents before listing, a dollar after 5x at listing, and 127x a year later. Cardano was the same, doing a 10x at listing. A year after listing, it was at 33x. Avalanche, same thing. It did an 8x at listing and 130x a year later. Binance Coin did a 15x at listing and 130x a year after listing. So 100x in a year after listing is a realistic goal. And we see that GONKA is outpacing Bitcoin, surpassing other cryptocurrencies in its market influence. I mean, these cryptocurrencies opened up markets of 100, 200, 300 billion dollars. The potential for the GONKA token is $1 trillion market, a $15 trillion AI market over 5 to 7 years. And capturing 10% means 1.5 trillion. So 1.5 trillion market cap for GONKA is realistic over 5 to 7 years. And with these figures, the price of GONKA, the amount market capacity divided by the number of coins is about $2, $3, $4,000 per coin. That is exactly why there are key milestones. 5 to 10x at listing, 100x a year after listing, and 1000x, 2 to 3000x, 5000x. Once the AI market grows to its true scale, which is what it is being valued at right now, that is why there is such a close focus on GONKA itself, the GONKA protocol, and the market it is actually opening up. A major example, the Bitfury investment fund. It is the largest manufacturer of mining equipment, investing $50 million in GONKA, 12 of which have already been invested, and 32 million is going toward producing mining equipment specifically for GONKA. Well, overall, it is designed to meet the needs of artificial intelligence. In terms of efficiency, this equipment will outperform NVIDIA cards many times over. There are already Forbes publications about this, and there is an interview. Find them on YouTube and check them out. And here is what he thinks. Decentralized machine intelligence is rapidly becoming one of the most important strategically vital areas in AI infrastructure. And GONKA is advancing this direction with exceptional speed. That is why one of the major funds is joining GONKA and starting to participate in it. Technical transparency and security, proof of the reality and reliability of the technology have already been confirmed by famous rating agencies like CertiK, CryptoRank, GitHub, and GONKAScan. There is all the necessary documentation. I mean, only after that can funds consider a project. That is already a completed stage. For you, for every user, for the new clients who came to our meeting today, there is a welcome bonus of $25 for GNK mining. This bonus is available for 1 month from the moment of registration on the platform. So if you have not registered yet, then register and ask the person who invited you for the detailed terms on how to get this bonus. How to get it, claim it, and actually receive a gift from us. For those partners who want to not only mine GNK, but also promote this direction, promote the Formula X platform, and earn on the affiliate program, we hold on Tuesdays and Fridays business breakfast at 11 o'clock Moscow time, 12 in Dubai, and 13 in Kazakhstan. We analyze how to use the account, how to maximize the opportunities of the affiliate program, how to promote through social networks correctly, well, so that it passes through moderation so as to comply with the laws, how to reach incomes of $100,000, how to properly support clients, what can be said, what cannot, how to properly develop a business with mining. where and how to find partners. We give recommendations and lessons on personal growth, motivation, and tell how to conclude a direct contract with the company for $100,000 and above. The company has 3 such contracts today. This is only for the first month. Next, we will surprise you with our growth rates. This is based on the negotiations that we are currently conducting and beyond. And how to join this training? The link always comes to the Formula X team chat, the main chat. Ask your mentors, your supervisors, how to join this chat and how to receive this information about training. Tuesday and Friday at 11 o'clock. Our roadmap. First, we are creating a platform for P2P partnership for Formula X P2P partners, where it will be possible to buy and sell GNK tokens without waiting for their unlocking of 180 days. That is, well, let's say you have such a need and you will be able to do it. Our goal is to become the #1 pool. For now, it may sound too ambitious, but there are a number of prerequisites for this. For example, our top node. We deployed 4 nodes in a month. Our 4th node, you can ask your curators for a link to it. Yes, it is a leader in efficiency, in mining, in work productivity, in processing references among all existing nodes today. So this is a key feature of our pool. It is the technical preparation of our IT team. That is, we know how to set up nodes, how to manage them, how to maintain them, and how to achieve maximum performance from them. That is why we are in the #1 position in terms of performance and efficiency. And this alone will already allow us to become the #1 pool among all pools. Secondly, we have direct communication with funds that want to enter through us, and these are large capitals. Thirdly, we have amazing marketing experience in developing very large teams. Well, personally, for example, I managed to attract 1 billion rubles twice. That's about $20 million into various investment areas. So I have this skill, this expertise. Secondly, funds, one with 50, the other with $100 million. Thirdly, we have direct contact with the mining equipment manufacturer Bitfury itself. And we plan to purchase this powerful equipment for ourselves, for our own use. Well, fourthly, we plan a marketing integration with the Lieberman Brothers podcasts, events. In our team, we have someone with a skill set much like that of our top advisor, right? A truly key member who actually held an online event, an event that set a Guinness World Record, a recorded Guinness World Record for the number of simultaneous participants on a YouTube live stream with translation into 7 different languages. So accordingly, we have this advisor and partner on the team, and this will help us make a stunning marketing breakthrough in popularizing the race itself, in popularizing Formula X. So we have the key levers and tools to influence this market, we have the potential, and our ambitions to become the #1 pool are fully justified. We are planning events in countries that are easy to visit without a visa: Turkey, Vietnam, Thailand, Kazakhstan, and Hong Kong. And we plan, as I said, partnerships with funds, opening the main office in the Hong Kong jurisdiction, and capitalization reaching $100 million. How long will it take us? A year or 2? Well, in any case, we will do it. So our ambitions are backed by our actions. The next opportunity to meet us is at an event, Blockchain Life. It was supposed to be in Dubai, but it's in Moscow on April 14th and 15th. Tickets can be bought at the forum. If you've already decided to attend this event, please contact your mentors to order a t-shirt like this branded with the race and Formula X. And at this event, get quality contacts, quality feedback, make a splash, and get clients. This is the nearest event where you can get clients. Be sure to attend such events to get clients. Regarding the results over the past period, our partners have asked me several times, how much will I get in tokens for $100 or $1,000? Well, it worked. Yesterday, our very first pool finished its first month. So for $100, our partners received 133.5 GNK tokens. So when? Well, before making a decision about connecting to any pool. Play around with the calculator there. See how many tokens you get for $100. So we received tokens at a mining cost of 0.595. That is 0.59. So, and naturally, after the commission minus our pool's commission is 20%. Clients received clean tokens in hand, mined, obtained through mining, thereby directly supporting the GONKA project. That is, the project developed specifically through mining, through miners who turn on their GPUs. It's not enough to just buy the token on the market. That's not enough. You need to get it specifically through mining. This is a new philosophy. It's a different approach to obtaining a token through mining. This is a clean token. It means that you've made your contribution to the infrastructure through you. Artificial intelligence was trained, connected through mining, received references, so you accordingly got a case study. Thanks to such a case study, thanks to the comparison, our partners drew an analogy with other mining pools, realized that because of our node's highest efficiency, because of the clear, simple mechanics and transparency, the simplicity, meaning it's clear how many tokens you get, through this, we saw an increase of 1,000 clients, yes, and more, in the first month alone. And accordingly, this allowed us to put more than 40 pools into operation and allowed our 4 nodes to work through. 2 have already finished, the next ones continue to work, and we are now on the verge of turning on the 5th node, but I'll tell you more about that a bit later at future events. So, and here is some joyful news for all participants. Interesting news. We are announcing right today, right now, that the Participation Hub section has appeared in the Formula X personal account. This is a section where your personal individual certificate is generated. Whoever wants to receive it at the event, it will be signed, it will be issued on a special form with your name. So, a numbered certificate, yes, meaning you can receive participation units starting today in 2 ways. The first way is by purchasing a license. And so the promo X2 says that in the period from April 9th to June 10th, for 2 months, you can get during this period X2, which means twice as many participation units through the purchase of a license. That is, it's a bonus, a gift. And now you can get it at our very initial stage of development, twice as much as ever before. This will never happen again. This promo will not be repeated. It starts today and will be active for exactly 2 months. And additionally, you can earn participation units not just by buying a license, but also through the affiliate program. We'll discuss this tomorrow at 11 o'clock and explain in detail how to get twice as many bonuses. And as for why you need to do this, I've already explained that a bit earlier. Well, now let's move on to answering the questions that you've accumulated so far, one by one as we go along. I'm going to read the chat now to see what you're writing. Give me some feedback. How do you like today's webinar, today's promo, and today's news? Will they really keep you awake at night just like they do us, those who've embraced the protocol? GONKA, for those who've already figured out how Formula X works. If you've already mined, for the first month, receive GNK and are already withdrawing. You can share, that is, how much GNK you've already mined and how much you've withdrawn. You can write that too. Well, I'm waiting for your questions for now. And while you're formulating and asking your questions, I want to tell you that I'm just overwhelmed by the opportunity to be involved in the GONKA project overall. I'm overwhelmed by the chance to contribute to the development of decentralized artificial intelligence, overwhelmed by the chance to use a time machine, so to speak. After all, I never had the opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Well, I did actually, but I didn't listen to it. I mean, to buy it at $1, $2.10, or even $250, so I didn't do it. But I won't miss out on GONKA, that's for sure. So when will we be able to see the units in action? As I've already said, you'll be able to experience them at the events we organize. When and which ones? We'll focus on that in more detail during the next Zoom calls. The nearest ones are the ones we've planned. We're still working on it, coordinating dates. That's our goal. I mean, the podcast with the Liberman brothers, maybe a meeting, so you'll be able to try out the units there. You'll either get the right to ask a question or the right to attend the event. And next, as soon as we gather somewhere, you'll immediately be able to see the difference. Meaning, if you've contributed, you get a certain bonus. If you haven't, well, then you get less of a bonus. Can we go back to the promo slide? Of course we can. What are some useful websites? The main thing is to stay informed about what Formula X is doing. Once you register on the Formula X platform, you'll find useful links in the bottom right. We've added the white paper for the race itself to the site, taken directly from the race website, as well as the tokenomics. Be sure to download and study them. These materials, take a closer look at them. We've added an FAQ section to our site, which has answers to the most common questions. Give them a read. Don't rush. There's no need to hurry. Just test it out, figure it out, and learn. But figure it out while you're already mining. So start mining with a small test amount, then start figuring things out, get answers to all your questions, and then decide on a real entry, real mining, and the real development of the platform, the GONKA ecosystem, the Formula X platform, only after you've understood everything. We've attached all the links to these sites directly on the Formula X website. So the main site you need access to is Formula X. Today, we're preparing a special video guide for our participants, which will be posted on our channel. First and foremost, of course, in the partner chat. This is a chat for our existing clients, those who have already started mining, about how to get completely free of charge the GONKA token, absolutely no payment required. So information about this will appear as soon as we prepare all the necessary instructions. It's a small amount, true, but you'll be able to get it, to receive it every day. If you don't believe in anyone or anything and don't want to vote with your money anywhere, how to withdraw coins. I got 131 coins for $100. Excellent, excellent, Ruslan. How to withdraw coins. Go to the GNK section and then simply click on Claim to securely collect your coins into your wallet. After that, please go to the dashboard, find the GNK coin there, set it for withdrawal, enter your wallet address, and receive it in your balance. As of today, withdrawal is available from 5GNK without a fee. We've already taken all fees as a pool from you. Accordingly, you receive the coins clean, without any fees, free and clear. And in the future, we'll lower the withdrawal threshold to 1 coin, to 1 GNK. Today, you can easily and accessibly withdraw from 5 and up. Install either the Kepler wallet on your computer, in those countries where it cannot be installed, as it's not suitable for all countries. Install the decentralized hot wallet. It works on the same principle as MetaMask or Trust Wallet. Hot wallet has clear and accessible mechanics. Make sure to save your seed phrase. This is your very own personal wallet. You can safely withdraw your coins to it and use them as you wish. If you haven't subscribed to our resources yet, subscribe to our Telegram channel in Russian and in English. There are chats in the channel where you can ask questions. Be sure to contact the person who invited you to this event. You should always have a guide, a mentor, or a coach who has already figured it out, has all the useful links and materials that will quickly allow you to understand everything, save a lot of time, and keep you updated. Thank the person who invited you to today's meeting. And that's all from me. Until next time. See you tomorrow at the training. That's all. Bye-bye.